The Galactic Council chamber fell into stunned silence as Ambassador Sarah Chen stood before the assembled representatives of 47 civilizations. Her small human frame seemed insignificant among the towering Zephyrians, the crystalline Vorthari, and the gas-formed Nebulans, yet every eye, sensor, and consciousness in the vast hall focused intently on her words. "This is Earth's final warning," Sarah declared, her voice carrying across the chamber with unwavering authority. "Attack our world again, and you will be destroyed." High Counselor Zixthal of the Dominion Alliance raised his forearms in what passed for laughter among his species. The reptilian creature's scales shimmered with amusement. "Surely the human jests. Your pathetic world barely survived our preliminary assault. 3 billion of your kind perished in mere days." Sarah's expression didn't waver. Behind her calm exterior, memories of the devastation flickered. Cities turned to glass, oceans boiled away, entire continents scarred beyond recognition. The Dominion's preliminary assault had indeed brought humanity to its knees. But they had made one crucial mistake. They had left survivors. "You misunderstand the nature of humanity," Sarah replied coolly. "We are not like your species. We do not surrender. We do not break. We adapt." The Vorthari representative, a being of living crystal named Resonance of Truth, chimed in harmonics that translated as skepticism. "Your weapons technology is primitive. Your ships are slow. Your numbers are diminished. What possible threat could you pose to the combined might of the Galactic Alliance?" Sarah smiled then, and something in that expression made several delegates shift uncomfortably in their seats. "Would you like a demonstration?" Before anyone could respond, the chamber's lights flickered and died. Emergency power kicked in seconds later, bathing the hall in an eerie red glow. But in those brief moments of darkness, something had changed. The air itself felt different, charged with an energy that made primitive fight-or-flight instincts scream warnings across dozens of species. "What have you done?" Counselor Zixthal hissed, his scales now a mottled pattern of alarm. "Nothing yet," Sarah said, checking a small device on her wrist. "But my colleague Dr. Marcus Webb has just finished his calculations. It turns out that when you devastated our world, you inadvertently provided us with the perfect laboratory conditions." The massive view screen behind the council podium flickered to life, showing a barren, crater-scarred landscape under an alien red sky. In the center of the devastation stood a simple metal cylinder, no larger than a human torso. "This is former downtown Los Angeles," Sarah continued. "The background radiation from your weapons created an environment where certain, previously theoretical technologies became not only possible but necessary for our survival." Dr. Webb's voice crackled through the communication system from Earth. "Ambassador Chen, we're ready for the demonstration. The target is the asteroid designated 2157 Omega, currently 4.7 light-years from Earth. The view screen split, showing both the desolate Earth landscape and a massive asteroid tumbling through empty space near a distant star system. The asteroid was roughly the size of Earth's moon, its surface pockmarked with craters from billions of years of cosmic bombardment. "Dr. Webb," Sarah said into her communicator, "proceed with the test." The metal cylinder on Earth began to glow with a soft blue light. There was no dramatic buildup, no thunderous roar of engines or weapons charging, simply a gentle, almost peaceful luminescence that grew steadily brighter. 4.5 years away, the asteroid designated 2157 Omega ceased to exist, not destroyed, simply gone. One moment it was there, a solid mass of rock and metal with its own measurable gravitational field. The next moment, empty space. No debris, no energy discharge. No trace that it had ever existed at all. The Galactic Council erupted in chaos. Delegates screeched, roared, chimed, and buzzed in their native languages, creating a cacophony of disbelief and terror. Only Sarah remained calm, waiting patiently for the noise to subside. "Impossible," Resonance of Truth finally managed to harmonize. "The energy requirements alone would exceed the output of a dozen stars. No civilization has ever been pushed to extinction and lived to tell about it," Sarah interrupted. "When you attacked our world, you didn't just kill 3 billion humans. You forced the remaining 4 billion to evolve or die. We chose evolution." Counselor Zixthal's voice was barely a whisper. What was that weapon?" "We call it the Erasure Protocol," Sarah explained matter-of-factly. "It doesn't destroy matter. It convinces reality that the target never existed in the first place. Space-time simply edits itself. We developed it in the ruins of our civilization, using the quantum fluctuations your weapons left behind as a power source. She gestured to the view screen, which now showed dozens of similar cylinders rising from the scarred Earth like metallic flowers blooming in a wasteland. We've placed them strategically across our planet. Each one is targeted at a different world in the Dominion Alliance. Your homeworlds, your military bases, your colonial settlements, all of them can be erased with a simple command. The chamber fell silent again, but this time it was the silence of predators suddenly realizing they were prey. But surely, the Nebulan representative whispered through its environmental suit speakers, you wouldn't commit genocide. Your species values life. It's what makes you human. Sarah's smile faded, and for the first time her mask of diplomatic composure cracked, revealing the burning intensity beneath. Our species valued life. Past tense. You taught us a new lesson when you turned our children to ash and our oceans to steam. You showed us that in this galaxy, mercy is perceived as weakness, and weakness invites extinction. She straightened, her voice growing stronger with each word. So yes, we have a choice to make. We can return to being the peaceful, naive species that once sent out golden records with messages of friendship to the stars. Or we can become something else, something that ensures our survival in a universe that has already voted for our destruction. The silence stretched on for long minutes, before High Counselor Zixthel finally spoke. What do you want from us? Nothing complicated, Sarah replied, her diplomatic composure restored. Simply acknowledge this. Earth is now and forever off limits. No military vessels within 50 light-years of our system. No attempts at colonization, conquest, or preliminary assaults. In return, we will contain our new technologies to our own star system and pose no threat to any civilization that poses no threat to us. She paused, letting her words sink in before delivering the final blow. But if even a single ship approaches our world with hostile intent, if even one of your species suggests another attack on humanity, then I want every delegate in this chamber to remember this moment. Remember that you were warned. Remember that you had a choice. The erasure protocol cylinders on Earth pulsed once more, their blue glow visible even through the radiation-scarred atmosphere. Remember, Sarah concluded, that when your worlds simply stop existing, it will be because you forgot that humans, above all other species in this galaxy, have never learned how to quit. With that, she turned and walked from the chamber, leaving behind 47 civilizations to contemplate their new reality. Humanity was no longer the prey. They had become something far more dangerous. They had become the consequence.